Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonya, also known as SG from Let the Lady Speak podcast, where we have healthy conversations about life, love, dating, and relationships. Tonight I am sharing 7 suggestions for healing. As you guys know, I promote self-love and healing, and it all starts with you. First and foremost, though, I want to welcome new subscribers. Thank you for coming. If you are returning, thank you for returning. You can be anywhere, and I appreciate the fact that you choose to be here. Please, if you like the content, like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know your thoughts. If there's topics you want me to talk on or speak on, please let me know in the comments below as well. So let's get into tonight's episode, 7 suggestions for healing. My number 1 suggestion for healing is standing in your truth, acknowledging that there is something to heal from. A lot of times we don't want to acknowledge it. You can't fix what you refuse to see or acknowledge. So it is okay to say, it hurt me, I'm hurt, I'm not okay, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I'm anxious, I haven't recovered, I haven't gotten over it, right? You got to be honest. And first and foremost, you have to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with anyone else, you absolutely have to be honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself and recognizing and acknowledging that there is an issue there, even if you don't know what it is, even if it's like something's just not right. What you can do is start working on it. Once you recognize it, you see it, you know it, you can work on it. If you ignore it, it's just going to pile and accumulate. And before you know it, everything comes to an head, right? So, and you don't want that. You want to heal from whatever it is. So live in your truth, acknowledge that this is what you're feeling, this is what you're going through, this hurt you, and quite frankly, you're not okay. Us modern women, we want to act like we never hurt, we never feel. Don't do that. It's okay to say I'm not okay. It's the beginning of your healing process, okay? It's the beginning of your self-love process and improving your overall life and health. This can cause high blood pressure. It can cause you to have chest pain. It can actually cause a heart attack. And one thing people don't realize is stress, anxiety, and not dealing with things and having healthy tools to deal with issues leads to heart disease and other diseases just as much as a poor diet. So stand in your truth, acknowledge that there is an issue so that you can start working on your issue. That is my number 1 suggestion. My second suggestion for healing is building a relationship with your higher power. Now, if you are a Christian and you believe in God and Jesus Christ, build that relationship. If you are not a Christian and you believe in your higher self, build that relationship. If you just don't believe in Jesus, but you believe in God, whatever it is, or whomever it is, whatever deity you believe in, build that relationship. And what does that look like? That looks like having conversations with that being. That means praying, meditating, reading whatever your resource book is. You know, for me, reading the Bible really helped me understand what my relationship with God was supposed to look like. You know, it really helped me understand how much there's love there and I'm not constantly being judged. You know, I always suggest that you pray before you read and you ask for guidance, but build that relationship. Building that relationship with not only yourself, we'll get to that next, but your higher power helps you to learn to trust your gut, trust your instinct, and have a spirit of discernment. And the spirit of discernment is so important when you're dealing with people. It teaches you not to waste your time, that this person doesn't have good intentions for you. It just does a lot for you. So my second suggestion is absolutely build a relationship with your higher self, your higher power, or whomever, whatever you believe in, okay? It's really time to focus in on that relationship, not to judge, but to gain a relationship so that you can better understand that you're not alone and that it'll be okay and that you're loved, right? So that's my second suggestion. My third suggestion, you already know what it is because your girl calls herself what? The self-love advocate. My third suggestion is build a relationship with yourself. The best relationship you're going to have is with yourself. You have to know you better than anyone. You can't help anyone. You can't help your partner in a relationship or your friends to better understand how to treat you, how you want to be treated, and who you are if you yourself have no clue. And where do you start? Get to know yourself. Who are you? Write it down. Who are you? What do you want? What do you like? What do you dislike? Work on your insecurities, right? A lot of times we are fearful in relationships because of our insecurities. And honestly, when you're insecure and you carry that heavily, a predator smells it and they come after it, right? So you don't want that. So work on your insecurities, whether it's losing weight, your finances, your home, your other situations. Like, you got to really work on yourself. Build that business that you always wanted. Walk in your purpose. Everyone has a purpose. You wouldn't be here on earth if you didn't have a purpose. Work on finding out what that purpose is, right? You want that. You want to know, why am I here and how can I help? So let those be your goals and your guides. Again, spend time with yourself, whether you're currently married or in a relationship or single. Singleness is the best time to really, really focus on you, because you have no consideration of another person. And that is honestly not always a bad thing. But just do the things that you always wanted to do and live your life. You know, I talked about it. I took a solo trip to Mexico. It was like the best thing. I vow every year I'm going to take a solo trip by myself. I'll take trips with my family and friends, but I'm going to always take a trip with myself. It was therapeutic for me, and I encourage you to do the same. Even if your trip is down to the hotel, downtown, somewhere, get you a room, order you some room service, have you some champagne, a sparkling water, whatever you like. Just take that time for you. Really, really get to know you. Once you know you, you can teach people how to treat you. You can help guide people in their relationship with you. Right? You know what you want. You're clear about what it is that you want. And you're not as insecure. We always are gonna have certain things that tug at us, but you're not as insecure. So you're not trying to please anyone. You're standing in who you are. This is who I am, and I need you to love me for me. And then when there is an issue, you know, hey, I gotta work on myself, because this is my thing. This is not your thing, and you're not projecting onto them. So the most important relationship you're going to have ever is with yourself. Make sure you really work on that relationship with you. And you're beautiful. Number 4, protect your energy and your heart. How do you do that? Set strong boundaries. Say no. I'm not comfortable with that. Not today. I can't afford it. You really don't owe anybody any excuses. But if you choose to do so, go ahead. But don't give too much of an excuse. No, say no. I'm not comfortable. I don't like it. I don't want to. I don't feel like it. Like, learn to use those tools. And it's okay. Truth is, you don't owe anyone anything. And I want you to remember to choose you for once. Like, choose you first. For once. Sometimes we feel like we're proving our love by constantly showing up for people, and especially for those people who don't show up for us. That's not love, and that's not healthy. Learn to set strong boundaries. You have a right to say no. You have a right to time to yourself. You have a right to space, and you do not have to be uncomfortable in any situation. That's a choice. You don't have to choose it, right? So learn to protect your heart. Learn to choose you first. Learn to protect you and love on you. There's a young lady, a coach. Her name is Stephanie Lynn, and she always says that, you know, you sometimes have to parent yourself because you weren't parented. I completely agree with that. Those areas that need to be protected, it's okay to protect them in a healthy manner. So learn to do that. Learn to choose you first. Set those boundaries. Say no. Remember, you don't owe anyone anything other than your children. And there's boundaries even to that, okay? They're yours. You love them. Take care of them. Do your duties. But remember to choose yourself, okay? Remember to protect yourself. Number 5, get yourself some tools, girl. I'm going to start. Number 1, find a therapist or coach. You find a therapist and a coach, or a therapist or a coach. Get yourself a therapist. It's okay to ask for help. If you need a support group, because some things are very traumatic and it's best to be in an environment where you can fellowship with people who understand, do that. Get yourself some help and some support, right? People who really, really can help you, okay? And then do other things. Read books. There's books on so much. I'm reading a book right now on the dark side of psychology. It's such a good book. But learn a little bit about some of the things that has happened to you that may be troubling you. They oftentimes offer tools in those books. Like I have a self-love workbook, and it just generates questions to make you really think about things, and then you can write them out, right? Journaling has always been my therapy. It's a way for me to put my thoughts on paper, and sometimes I go back and look at my journals and I'm like, wow, that's what I was thinking, or that's where I was. Sometimes I'm surprised of the growth, and sometimes I'm surprised that I'm still stuck there, but it gives you an opportunity to rewrite your mission statement on life. Also, there are great podcasts out here that you can use. Again, the music therapy is awesome. If you love to dance, go back to dancing, and I'll do that. Sometimes I'll put worship music on in the house and just worship, or I'll just put music on and just listening to that music, and either sitting in silence or dancing it out does it for me. Sometimes you just need to exude the energy, but get some tools. Tools will help you with your treatment, with your therapy, with your thoughts, clearing your mind. And again, this is time for yourself. You can use this during your date night, the times that you're dating yourself, or your date time. We won't call it a night because it may not be a night, but get yourself some tools, get some support, and get some help. It is okay to ask for help. It does not make you weak. Number 6, take a break and only talk to people you trust, right? I have a very small circle. There are very few people I trust to have certain conversations with. So I encourage you to really have a friendship in a circle that is tight, that is healthy, that is really there to support you. And this took a long time for me because there were people who I thought was really for me that really weren't. But now I can honestly say the people that I have in my life are people who are really, really for me. So get people that you trust. If you don't feel like right now people don't understand, or you really don't trust them, that is okay. Again, I go back to getting a therapist and or a coach, a life coach, a relationship coach, whatever the issue may be, or finding a support group in your area. You can Google it. Also, take time away from social media and distractions. That is very important. One of the reasons why I'm not going to do show reviews in the future, and I'm just going to do reactions to certain parts of shows and things like that, is because all of that environment, I talked about it before, I feel people's pain, but more than that, it becomes extremely toxic to download all of that information into you, right? I work in healthcare, and I already have to deal with individuals who are ill and suffering, and just to add on to that, without me being able to help in a capacity that I feel is therapeutic for me, just doesn't work. So take a break from your social media and all of those things. Kind of separate, talk to people that you trust, spend time with people that you trust, and then spend time with, of course, yourself and then your higher power. My last suggestion is one of the most important of the 7 suggestions I gave, and that is forgive yourself. Please forgive yourself. Please stop punishing yourself and feeling like you deserve to be punished because of a decision you made. Change your perspective. Let your perspective be, I am going to learn from this situation, learn from this decision, not make this decision again, right? And move forward. Please don't punish yourself for a decision you made. Sometimes we just make decisions based on the information we have, or we're really truly following our heart, or that's really what we know. Whatever the case may be, you made the decision. What happened, happened. Now it's time to move on, and it's time to forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself is self-love. Forgiving yourself is healing. If you are a believer, then you know. If you are a believer, then you know that we are forgiven. So who are you not to forgive, right? Forgive yourself. If you forgive anyone else, why won't you forgive yourself? That is the question. Why are you punishing yourself? Don't punish yourself. Healing starts with you, and it starts with you acknowledging that there's pain or trauma and also forgiving yourself. Otherwise, you become resentful towards yourself and you allow abuse unto you. Forgive yourself and love who you are. Okay, so these are my 7 suggestions for healing. Please let me know if you have any questions below. So please don't forget that healing starts with you. You deserve the best. And don't ever think that you don't. You are a light on this earth. And don't ever think that you're not. Okay, I want you to start loving yourself, taking care of yourself, investing in yourself, valuing yourself, and understanding and knowing the worth of who you are. You are a blessing to yourself and to someone else. And don't ever forget that. And don't let anyone tell you anything different. Okay? That's it for tonight's suggestions, you guys. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment down below. Also, check out my podcast on all podcast platforms. I'll leave the link below in the description box. I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Don't forget to love you for who you are. Take care. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.